So, Young Miami is back outside on the scene, man. She released new music and she doing her runs on social media, hitting up different blogs and having conversations. And before we get to the craziness though, y'all know I'm from Miami. I'm biased as hell. I'm happy for her. She left QC. She rebounded. It looked like she has like an independent thing going on. She put out 2 songs a couple weeks ago. The first song, Newsflash, pretty good for city girl standards. The second song, Tea Time, it's okay. But it works for her to make sure she stays viral, to go ahead and stay in a rotation on the blogs and be able to do shows and shit and promote her other business ventures. So shout out to Young Miami in regards to that situation, but let's get to the nitty gritty, man. Listen, she was sitting down with Jeremy Hecht in Uproar because she walked into this trap, bro. She walked into the trap. She gotta be careful with this type of shit. But they asked her about the type of man she looking for, and she said something about 100 million.
How about 2026? What is your status of love right now?
Thank you. You know, see when you see the 2 fingers touch it. I'm just, I'm just living.
Okay, just living life.
Yeah,
experiencing,
just having fun.
Do you have a list of things you look for?
First of all, he gotta have a coin. Thank you. A provider. I need someone that's, God fearing, that's religion, that believe in God. Someone that leads. Any man that leads.
Okay. What is the minimum net worth that he has to have?
I want like a man that at least got like $100 million.
Okay, yeah, at least, okay, we just crossed off a lot of people off that list. There's a lot of contenders that just walked the other way. Your DMs will now be flooded with 10 people, I think.
That's good.
That's good.
Narrow them down, God. Yeah. Thank you.
Standards.
So in the comment section, she says, "Why y'all always so mad? Y'all okay? That's what I want," as in me, Carisha Brown Lee. Homie says, "This girl's so funny though. Pretty V say I love you." They say, "But you got kids with people that don't have that." Jack Boy the rapper says she had 2 different baby daddies and got peed on by Diddy. 100 M's is crazy work. Nobody with 100 million looking for a bird except Sean Diddy Combs. I just know Diddy had her naked juggling flaming tomahawks in a pink dungeon. I just don't think a 100 million man is checking for her. Did a $100 million man want her is the question. Does she have 100 M's? Now she responds saying, "I'm trying to figure out how did I insult so many people by stating what I want in a man. Why y'all so mad? Bitch, I believe I can fly. What the F? I'm so confused. A lot of y'all feel hit. I wasn't even talking to y'all." Jeremy did a slick thing though by slipping that question in there. That was a amazing bait. Because what really truly happens, dog, the number don't really matter. It's the way that the man operates with the bread that really matters to these chicks. Because although she dealt with Diddy, who had a lot of bread, I'm pretty sure it's other dudes in the meantime that has less money but has got the job done for. But we seen time and time again when people are asked to throw a number out there, that shit really don't make sense when you have to break it down, dog. But she said it, so she getting ridiculed for it. But let's go ahead and see some more comments to this statement with her addressing people being upset. This person says, "After dealing with a billionaire, it's only right." They says, "It was, I believe I can fly for me." Go off, sis. She was with the billionaire, I mean. Cause you a bop, well, people don't take you serious. Shorty, they aren't insulted, they're laughing. $100 million, who she thinks she is, Chelsea Clinton. This lady says, "I take no offense to conversations of a different tax bracket. The ones hating never been with the billionaire. Once that happens, yesterday's price ain't today's." Do y'all know what dating your tax bracket means? Just because you want bare minimum doesn't mean the same for her. They talking like you ain't already had one. Bar has been set. She's used to Diddy money. Y'all thought she wanted less. Having a preference in the person is never bad as long as you meet the other person's preferences too. The love is reciprocal, and that is interesting, but we all know men's preferences or men's standards when it comes to finances for a woman is much, much lower. DDG tweeted this playfully, but I'm pretty sure he's 100% honest. He says, "A girl gotta make a minimum of 60K a year to date me, bruh." That chick E. Kane that be on social media says, "Well, I make that a month and I'm getting my BBL soon. I just lost custody of my kids, so I don't got none, but hey, move." Wow, but he's joking, but that's real. Like that's 100% real. Men's standards ain't that high when it comes to finances. Other things though, other things are much more important, but to nigga like DDG, money don't really matter. But I can get how her standards could change based on her dating who she dated. But I will say this though. She's Young Miami. You can't apply the dating rules that regular men would have for any random chick in comparison to celebrities. You'll be surprised, but her status alone will turn some rich niggas into simps. I don't like using the term simp, but for you guys to understand what I'm talking about, you know there's simps out there though, right? You know there's tricks out there though, right? So if you know that they exist, then you know that it's possible for her, where her status could possibly find a lick. But I'm just surprised that these type of conversations are still happening Which why I'm also surprised that she fell for that damn bait thrown out there by Jeremy, slick ass motherfucker. But this girl right here, AyiSha Diaz, seemingly walked into the same trap. So I heard she's a bottle girl. She's a bottle girl in New York or something. I don't know much about her. She talked about her preference.
What are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially?
From him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said it's spoiled, it's going to be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
You should.
You heard what I just said? It will work on the simp. Heard what I just said? And another thing before she keeps going, I meant to make this point with Young Miami. This is why all these women be dealing with one man. Because there's few men that's willing and able to do this shit. Take on these tricking escapades, you feel me? And one of the circumstances that they pay to play with multiple women, you feel me?
To be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together.
I don't know what your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting?
Because that means you're gonna hold me back, and that means I'm gonna have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is true? I can give you the paperwork right now.
No, I'm not saying that you're not getting it. But hold on. You got a contract?
Listen.
You signed a contract? They signed contracts?
But if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying all my bills? Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing. Yeah, I need money to save too.
And you're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more because that means you're going to hold me back. And that means I'm going to have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean though? What does that mean?
Not just for hair and nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save and I need a backup. Because after we break up or anything happens in between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean? So I can get back into what I used to do before. I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he have to? No. But you can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills. And plus.
When you say paperwork, what were you referring to? You have a contract that you make them sign?
No, meaning like I can show you guys how high my bills are. Yeah. It sounds like a really crazy number, honestly, but it's not just my house where I live at, I have other properties. They got to get paid. Sometimes they need a new air conditioner, a new boiler, a filter. And I consider those bills because no matter what, I have to pay for them. Not just, so yeah, you pay my house here, but how about my responsibility everywhere else? When they come, I have to make sure you're okay with handling that too.
Well, also, like I said, I know you, so I know you're not just saying that. Like you've actually,
it's real shit. Yeah,
this is real for you. My question is, what does the man get for that investment? If I'm investing $50,000 a month into you, right? What do I get out of that?
I'm not asking you to invest.
No. I'm just saying. Like,
whatever he wants. If you're asking me not to work.
So I get you. The benefit is that you're not working. That's the benefit that I get.
The benefit, I'm not working. I'm home. I'm being peaceful. I'm making sure everything's good at the house. I'm cleaning. I'm cooking. And, whatever you require. Okay. I'm a pleaser. So I'm going to make sure my man gets whatever he wants. But at the same time, you have to make sure I'm happy. And if you're asking certain things of me, you got to make sure. So yeah, you pay my house here. But how about my responsibility everywhere else? When they come, you know, I have to make sure you're okay with handling that too.
Well, also, like I said, I mean, I know you, so I know you're not
sure that you can back it up and take care of that too.
And truth be told, most men are doing this at some level, whether it's
it doesn't have to be that number, but you have to. You can't ask your wife to not work and just sit home and do, you know, absolutely nothing. And then when she asks you for something simple as, hey, can I have some money for my hair and nails? You're tripping.
Fellas, I never want to hear that investing in the market is too expensive or stock club too expensive. Because if you got to give up 50 off top, I want to shit out of you, my boy.
Sure that you can.
I ain't gonna lie. The headlines is much more different than the actual conversation. And when you hear the actual conversation, what she's saying makes sense. It means, I know it's like a lot of money, but if that's her cash flow with her expenses and her businesses, it just is what it is. The conversation isn't about a 45 to 50K monthly allowance for her. She's basically summing up her monthly expenses, and that's what she spends per month. So if someone's asking her to not work, she has to keep up that life as far as her expenses. And I guess she's saying she's incurred all that due to her business ventures and shit. And I'm not mad at that at all. Basically, like, hearing the full context, I'm not mad at that. She has decided that she wanted to get into business, and that's what she's doing. She's conducting herself that way. It is what it is. Now, based on the simple conversation, just the headlines, it looked like Bow Wow, who she dated in the past, responded to that shit. He says, shit was free to me, dead homies. And based on full context, once I hear what she says she's not requiring X, Y, and Z, but if you want her to not work, then you're going to have to be required to take care of her responsibilities, to fund her lifestyle and her business ventures. Like, that makes sense within this. Like, but I'm reacting in real time to what's being said, and it's not as crazy as what the headlines alluded to. All right, now, so she responded to the conversation. Let me see what she had to say. Is she gonna clear things up and be clear, or is she going to escalate this shit? Let's see what's up.
Okay, regardless of the number, so I got off the phone with my friend, and this is to listen to my podcast. A lot of you guys are not listening. You're only hearing the number, but you're really not listening. And like I said on the podcast, what we find normal, the nighttime girls, might not be normal for you. But for us, it's regular seeing $50,000, $60,000. It is a regular thing for us. Now, for you, might be $2,000, $5,000, or maybe you see that type of money in a year. Listen, the tax bracket that I'm on, it's not for everybody. My bills, not everybody has those bills. And I know people, girls actually, that have bigger bills than me. So if their man required them to sit down, I think that it's only fair to get double. What am I gonna do if you pay my bills and my bills only? Where's my emergency money? What if something happens to you? Okay, regardless of the number, if it's 50, 20, 10, $500. If you want your girl to stop working, you need to give her double her bills. Because emergency happens, you guys want to get up and leave us with nothing. And guess what? Those bills still stand, and they're still waiting on us. And here we are jobless, haven't worked in years or months, and we have to start from scratch. So there's nothing wrong for a woman to want a safety net. And the safety net should be double what your bills are. I don't want to be living month to month. And if something happens to you, then I'm effed.
I ain't mad at it, but let me look at some reactions to people that may have heard the full context. What are they saying in these comments, though? Women that openly gold digs is Paul Pierce. I wouldn't consider her gold digging. Based on what she fully said, I wouldn't consider what she said gold digging. Like, am I wrong? Like, the numbers sound wild. The headlines look wild as hell, but I know I ain't wrong. But are you understanding what I'm understanding based on what's going on? The funny part is they talk all that shit, but I guarantee there's some dudes out here cracking them for nothing. Yeah, I'm sure based on what she's saying, I'm sure there is some dudes cracking her for nothing. Sometimes you got to get straight to the point and ask how much you're selling it for. I'm not mad at her. She's just providing goods and services. I'm mad at brothers for investing in this and not in their future, respectfully. True. Y'all not tired of these conversations? I agree. There's levels to this, and clearly a surgeon, I'm not there. As a surgeon, I'm not there. All power to you, ma'am. I see why she's single. I gotta give you money for saving it in case we break up. How that sound? Yeah, that made me react. Like, I don't like that type of talk. Like, of course, low key, make sure you're okay. But don't talk to me about, in case we break up, I need you to give me money so I can save it. That shit sounds fucking wild. But nah, once again, the headline, once I heard the full context, that's not saying I will want to do that shit or be a part of that shit. But once I heard the full context, I understood, but it just seemed like she got a lot going on. And you should tell the dude, like, no, I'm gonna work because I have to maintain my responsibilities, my financial obligations, so I have to work. But the conversation isn't about a monthly allowance, it's about how much she expects to maintain her financial obligations. Someone right here says, y'all didn't watch the entire video. She said because of her bills and properties, etc., she needs $50K if her man requires her not to work because she doesn't expect him to give that to her if she is working. That's what I got from it. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I got from it. I ain't mad at her about that shit. Initially, the headline is misleading like a motherfucker. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all to go ahead and fan the flames and get all mad. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, dog. This is all misleading. She needs 45 to 50K. If you want to be with her, like, that's not what she's saying at all. That's not what she's saying at all. But hey though, y'all gotta let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. Me, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.